There is a reason why I don't allow them to play Ulek Mayang during our traditional dance practice a few days ago. But they ignore me, saying I believe in superstition. I just accept it as long as everyone's safe. A day later, one of my friends was at me at 1 a.m. in the morning. She said, now she knows why I urged them to stop playing the song. I was, why? What happened? She didn't reply to my message. The next day, the girl that was at me yesterday didn't come to school. That night, we had another traditional dance practice. As usual, all 12 of us just wearing a t-shirt and crack pants to the practice except that only friend. She was a baju kurung with a red flower nicely put in her hairband. Everyone just laughed at seeing her. Of course, isn't it hard to practice wearing baju kurung? But I just keep silent. Something is weird. After practice 2 to 3 songs, that friend takes a cassette from the studio racks and play the Ulek Mayang song. Other people feel excited since they will always want to dance with the song rhythm. The clock had shown to 10:30 at night. I just stayed to my heart. Maybe nothing will happen. It's still too soon. But I didn't join them dancing to the song. I said I'm having a migraine. So they danced without me. For your information, our traditional dance using common steps that can be danced to most of the traditional songs. The steps are the same, but when I watched my friend that wearing baju kurung earlier, she danced with different steps, soft and pretty. I've never seen dance step as beautiful as that. But since she danced at the back, other friends didn't notice her. But for me, the one who didn't dance, of course, I can see it clearly. During her dance, her eyes glancing like a person from ancient world dancing. In the middle of the dance, she suddenly stopped, stand still, and walking up from the studio. I tried to calm my head. Maybe she just went to the toilet. But I've already held my phone tightly in case anything happened. After a few minutes, the light suddenly blacked out. The girl was screaming, shocked. Everyone was gone. No one would dare to check the fuse box in the studio store. We stayed closely at the back of the studio. Suddenly, the radio that already stopped playing earlier played the Ulek Mayang song again. But this time, no music, only voice. We scared and we started hugging each other. Our breath fell short and our body wet with sweat, but whatever. The song still played. There's something wrong with the song. The sing is not the same as in the cassette we played earlier. This voice is more vibrating and enchanting, but we kept silent. When a few sentences left before the song's end, the studio floor made a wood creaking, and the singing voice felt so much closer. I felt my hand being touched by a cold hand, even though everyone was hot and sweaty. The song ended, but it started again, right at the beginning. I shut my eyes really close, but that cold hand was grasping my arm. I tried to pull back, but the grab is so strong and can't be break. When I think the grab is getting stronger, I scream, help! Pull me! Feel my body! I grabbed my nearby friend's clothes. Then, without any question, pulled my shirt with all their might. Everyone was screaming, scared because they can feel my body pulling away. The thing wanted me to stand up, dancing with her. Her energy felt unusually strong, maybe stronger than a few guys combined. Even my shirt is torn and begged her to stop. At the back of my body, I can hear my friends started to recite the holy verses. I can't think of anything at the moment. I just remembered God only. A few seconds later, we heard someone turn on the motorcycle engine. If we don't scream for help now, no one would know we're stuck here. in the middle of the darkness, he screamed loud. That was the loudest scream I've ever made in my life. But the pull force is getting stronger and my body nearly loose from the hand of my friend. Some guys screaming from outside. Without further ado, everyone screaming their lungs out. Help! Help! The engine is turning off and the step of people coming through the hallway to the studio are heard. Slowly I felt my hand was released. After that very moment, the door opened and we still crying and screaming. We don't even see who the heck is coming, but we sure is a guy. He's searching for his handphone and turned on the flashlight. Now we can see him. It's the guard who always scolds us for being noisy at the night during practice. I swiftly hiding behind my friend because my shirt was torn. I see to my side. No one was there other than my friends. The guard goes to the fuse box and the light turned on. We were relieved. I took the old towel at the back of the studio to cover myself. How embarrassing. The guard asked me what happened, so we told him. But when it's the part where I heard the Ulek Mayang song after the blackout, they told a different story. They only heard Dari laughing. But why I heard Ulek Mayang? After that, I told him about our friend who wears the baju kurung that went out during the practice. The next day, everyone's talking about our story. Our friend that's wearing baju kurung yesterday still doesn't come to class. We seriously determined to ask her if we met her. After that, someone told us that she had been found fainting at women's toilet at the top level of the studio building. The toilet that people seldomly use. She wasn't found wearing baju kurung, but only normal pajama. But there was so many scratches on her arm. Finally, our lecturer called the ambulance to bring her to the hospital. After some days, she returned to campus once recovered. We met her asking her what happened. With the most sincere face, she told us that she doesn't remember anything. The last thing she remembered is the WhatsApp she sent to me at that night. When she told us is in the hotel, when no one was there, she just only played the song on YouTube without reason. After her hostel is blackout, the song is still played, but at the same time she heard other voices to sing the song too, and the voice is getting closer. In the dark room, with only the light from the laptop, she sees a creature, looked like a woman with a very messy long hair, crawling from under her back. The size of it is big, double the size of a normal human. When it's crawling, it's singing together with the song from the laptop. My friend was frozen and cannot move. Slowly, the woman pulling her hand, trying to make her go away from there. After that, she doesn't remember anything. We also asked her neighbor if they heard anything, but they said they only heard a lot scary laughing that night, even though my friend heard Ulek Mayang, just like me and my friend's situation at the studio. This is a story about her senior during their high school. She loved to enter the dance competition because she is really talented in that and her name is Ayu. So, the story begins when she decided to join a traditional song and dance competition in Malaysia. There was 13 schools joining the competition too, so Ayu suggested the Ulek Mayang dance to be used. At first, the trainer teacher will really refuse strongly to use the song, but all the teammates still with their decision. After discussing with the principal was okay with the song being used even when the teacher refused. This had made the teacher to go with it, but still, she advised them to be always careful. Don't be too obsessed and absorbed with the song. They don't practice for long. Every day, just an hour a day. So every night after getting the approval, they practice with the guidance of the teacher. Teacher Aisha accompanies by her husband in case anything happened. The week before the competition, on Saturday, the moon was full. Ayu suddenly suggesting them to practice at the field that is not far from their hall. The spotlight at the field was so bright that night. Teacher Aisha disagreed. It was 9 o'clock at that time. Usually they will practice until 10:30 at night, even though their prep time is supposed to finish at 10. Ayu begged Teacher Aisha and her friend to train in the field. Everyone refused because before this there are people who been disturbed while playing football during dusk. Ayu raging, scolding everyone for refusing her. She immediately walked out from the hall. Her friend thought she was stressed since the competition is near, so Teacher Aisha said it's okay, give her time. They stopped their practice for a while. Teacher Aisha's husband walked in the hall after coming back from toilet asking why are you dancing alone in the middle of the field. He didn't know Ayu inviting them earlier and left because he was not there. Everyone was shocked and immediately running to go outside the hall to see Ayu. Believe it or not, they saw a lot more people dancing together with Ayu. Every movement seemed seamless and smooth. They panicked and called another teacher, Ustad Aidin. Not long after that he arrived. Suddenly after he arrived, everyone who accompanies Ayu earlier vanished in the blink of eyes. Gone! They became more panicked. A moment later, Ayu fainted, maybe because Ustad Aidin had recited. They brought Ayu immediately to the dorm surau and let her rest. After half an hour later, she wakes up. She asked why everyone was there at the surau. Ustad Aidin asked her if she remembers anything. She said after she scolded them earlier, her friends and Teacher Aisha persuaded her and dancing together in the field. When she dancing, she kinda like looked and absorbed the song and didn't realize what happened. When Ustad Aidin came, she says Teacher Aisha's face was really angry and someone knocked her head making her faint. She realized actually she saw more of her friends dancing with her at the time. Because of this, she nearly quit the competition, blaming herself for choosing the song. However, with her friend's encouragement, she goes through it. They changed their practice time. They practiced during leisure time in the evening and guess what? They got first place during the competition. Chidon herself doesn't even know why they didn't practice in the evening since the beginning.